What is that? Something's not right. That's better.
Hi, my name is Michelle, and that's my dog Phoenix. Together, we live and work full-time in this adorable little Arpod 194C. And today, we are bringing that cozy level up a notch because it is time to decorate the pod for Christmas.
It's time! It is time to turn our already cozy pod a little bit cozier to Christmas cozy level. Tonight is all about chilling in the pod, making a good hearty soup, and decorating the pod and making it super magical just in time for the holidays. Light's gonna be a little challenging tonight because it gets dark so early. I'm decorating in the dark, so hopefully it gets better when we're out of the kitchen, but I'm gonna go ahead and get the burner back on. RV light takes a few. There we go. And all I have in this pot is some 96 ground beef, and then I sauteed onions, a red pepper, garlic, some salt. Got that already cooked browned. And to that, all I'm gonna do for now is add a can of crushed tomato, 28 big ol' ounces. And then a lot of Italian seasoning. Now, if I wasn't in an RV, I would do my own blend of Italian seasoning. I just don't keep all the things in the pod. So it's just easier to do blends, but get it nice and flavorful. Mix it up, and I'm actually gonna reduce it way down, and we're just gonna let that simmer while I decorate. Up to the kitchen, and it's kind of just because it's the easiest one. I actually just noticed in this whole intro that my new lampshade was here. That's part of our upgrade. So I'm going to remove the lasagna noodles for the lasagna soup, and we are going to get this area cleaned off and new decor in. Just like that, our Christmas corner is cozy. I'm obsessed. So obviously this is my working kitchen, and I can't have as many things out as I would in a normal home, but we've continued on with our little corner. I got a slightly taller lamp, and then I added the flameless candles, the Christmas tree candles. I love them. One of my favorite cinnamon orange candles from Better Homes and Gardens, and like a little sparkly thing. And then of course we got a new Christmas mug. Actually, I just don't have a Christmas mug, and this was easier than getting out of storage. I just wanted something cute for the holiday, but the piece de resistance. We traded in the disco diffuser for a fireplace. Little thing I forgot to mention, I had a little bow up here. I thought they were bigger. I ordered them online. They are not. And then I also added a festive Christmas towel to go on my cabinet underneath the trash can. Keeps it from getting the cabinet from getting scratched. It adds a little festive touch. I love that I always do that. Back to the food, which is a very important thing because I'm hungry, is once everything kind of started thickening and just smelling like this camper smells so good, y'all, I went ahead and added about 4 cups of beef broth. The only reason why I say about is because I just don't have enough room for all of it, and I'm bringing it back up to a boil, and we are going to add lasagna noodles in. Now I'm going to take off all the Italians, but I'm going to break them kind of thirds, half. You don't need to be real specific about it. You just don't want full lasagna noodles. So I'm going to bring this back to a boil, and then we're going to pop these in. So I'm going to go ahead, this takes about 10-15 minutes boiling, just like it would for regular noodles. So I'm going to let that boil away. So the noodles are just about cooked, and I'm going to go ahead and to make it a little creamy, I'm going to add non-fat Greek yogurt. This boosts the protein a little bit, makes it a little bit creamier, and you can't really tell the difference, but you could also use half and half or heavy whipping cream. to dish. Some of the noodles are a little more al dente than I would normally do, but I think this pot needs some breathing room, so I'm just gonna take some out. And I'm making a giant helping because I didn't eat lunch today, and I am hungry. And of course, we aren't heathens. We have some lovely shredded Parmesan. I'm gonna sprinkle it on top. And that is lasagna soup. Now the question, do you eat it with a spoon or a fork? I eat it with a spoon. Kind of makes it a little harder on the noodles sometimes, but you get all the sauce. This is perfect for those cozy nights in, and perfect for a rainy night. And that's my segue to that. It is raining again. Arizona has had some crazy rain all week, and it is pouring. And the only reason that matters to y'all is I can't keep going with decorating because I need space. I need to be able to use the outside, which you will see why tomorrow, but I can't keep anything outside, and I can't keep the door open and keep bringing things back and forth. So it's not really going to impact you because in, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, we're back. It is the next day, and it is actually mid-afternoon. It's about 1 p.m. I had a event this morning, and typically I am a person who can't leave the pod a disaster, but she's a disaster, and it is time to finish decorating and put my life back together. We're gonna start with the bed. Now, I mentioned my event this morning. I left early, and I'm typically very much a make your bed before you leave kind of person, but I left it unmade just for you all so you could see. I don't know if Fiends and I had a wrestling event in bed last night, or if he dug and got himself cozy. I have no idea. He's shooting me a dirty look, like, how dare you tell on me? But you'll have to see this bed. Hold on. I cannot believe I'm showing you this. So this white, it's the mattress. The sheets, no. He also ate dinner in bed, yeah, or breakfast. That's the sheet. It is like that on both sides. The blanket is almost all the way to the ground. So it's a good thing it is time to turn this disaster into a cozy Christmas bed. And just like that, she is winter cozy. I love it. I will admit, I almost bowed to consumerism. That sounds so dramatic. Oh my gosh. I almost fell into the trap of buying excess for Christmas. But when you live in an RV, like, you eventually have to store stuff. So what I did to help make it Christmas cozy, I needed a new duvet anyways. My navy blue one got bleach on it. So I wanted to go with a neutral for the year. And all I did was added some green sheets and a green throw blanket that I found on a lightning deal. And I always like just having extra throw blankets. I actually don't have a lot of extra blankets. And so then that made it nice and cozy. And I bought a little pillow cover. So again, something that can come off, fold up nice and small. Doesn't take up much space, but adds to the cozy vibes. And of course, we've got some garland. I had the garland in storage. It's actually a lot shorter than I remember, so I may need more for the next spot because the couch is next. So the couch is where everything's kind of been sitting. So I need to take a minute, get the stuff that is for Christmas on the bed and organized. And then we need to make room for a Christmas tree. So you might be wondering, Michelle, where are you gonna put a tree? Well, first we gotta turn this back into a table. So now we have a surface for a very small Christmas tree, but first I have to take care of what's under the table, which was all the storage that was hidden when it was made into a bed. But my storage fix actually has two purposes. So I'm gonna put them together and then I'm going to show you because I'm kind of excited about it. So I got these storage containers / ottomans because the #1 reason why I switched my dinette to a couch was back pain when I was working. And a lot of that was because my feet don't touch the ground if I sit all the way back in the chair. So I was often like slouching, sliding, I think it was really hurting my back. So my hope is by having an ottoman that's about the same height as my chairs, I can put my feet up, relax, support the back, and I won't run into the back pain problem with having the dinette. I'm actually really excited, like really excited to have the dinette back. I used to be like this in a house too, where I liked to change things around, and I'm just ready. I'm ready for the tabletop space, to have a tree, a candle there, to have a little extra room. So yeah, I'm excited to have it, and hopefully these do the trick and my back doesn't suffer all holiday season. Hopefully I've measured correctly. I did, and they slide right in like that. Let's see what they do. Ooh. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And if I put the pillow behind my back, and if I put the other one under my feet, oh my gosh, yeah. This is great. Supported. Oh yeah. It's gonna be fantastic. Score, kid, score. So I went with a little 2-foot tree because it's battery operated. I had a lot of problems finding little trees that were battery operated because I only have lights, like a light switch up here or way across, nothing down below the desk, and I didn't want a cord like hanging. So I'd wanted a 3-foot for a little bit higher space, but we just couldn't find that. I might find like a little tin maybe to put it up on because I have this adorable, look at this. It's like a sweater tree skirt. So I'm gonna try to find something to set it up a little bit on so it has a little bit of height. Good use of an extra bowl here. Gets a little bit more height. Oh my gosh, this is precious. So precious. For the table, I also grabbed this cute little tree blanket. It was one of the ones in Walmart. You know how they have like the fleece ones rolled up, so it was pretty inexpensive, and I thought it would look super cute. And it's that time of year where in the morning I don't always want the heat on, but I want a little blanket. Maybe we'll just do a little drapey drape. I'm so sad. I want to put both of these up. Dang it. But for the rest of this table, I have a holiday gingerbread candle. And I think that's it for the table. Just because I do work here, like I learned very quickly, you don't want to like over decorate spaces because then you have to move crap to work. So I didn't want to have to move. But I do have decorations for this tree, and I can't wait to grab them. When I bought the Arpod, I had no intention of staying in it for the holidays. I am known for going crazy for holidays and hosting and having people over, and I was really struggling with leaving a house and leaving that chapter of me behind. And I, for one, could have sworn that I would not want to spend the holidays in the RV. But very quickly in my travels, the pod became home. And the thought of leaving my home for the holidays seemed incredibly strange. So I started to realize that I could make my own holiday traditions in the pod. And I could continue holiday traditions in the pod that I had at home. And one of those is that my Christmas tree, when I'm in a house, is mainly filled with ornaments from my travels, or friends have gifted me things, or, you know, from Bronner's, which is like a family store, like a family tradition that we go visit Bronner's in Frankenmuth. So I thought, I'm going to continue the tradition of getting ornaments. But when I stay in the pod, the only ornaments that are going to go on my tree are the ones from my travels in the pod. So hopefully in a few years, this little tree needs to be upgraded to a bigger tree because I have so many. So I will admit, I actually had more trouble finding ornaments this year than I thought I would, because I stayed in some kind of small towns. So the Montana one, we just straight have Hello Montana, and I got this in a fly fishing shop of all places. So Hello Montana. We have the tiny little Twin Lakes, Colorado one, and I got this from the Red General store. We have Jackson Hole, Wyoming with guy riding the horse. We have the Grand Tetons. And I got this kind of more for Teton Valley because I wanted something with the Tetons since that was such a huge like shift in my summer and it was so much fun. Then we've got a little Dolores, Colorado because I spent way more time in Dolores than I thought. Now I didn't get another Silverton one because I probably have 15 Silverton Christmas ornaments at home. So we went ahead with new places. And then last, to represent Utah, we got this coyote for Moab. I did try to find one when I was in Bear Lake and I could not find one. So this is just gonna have to stand for all of Utah. And we are gonna get these on the tree. And every time I look at it, I will see our travels and see our memories. And that's one of my favorite reasons for getting Christmas ornaments when I travel is because this time of year I get super reflective and super thankful, and being able to look at all these ornaments, like I remember the exact stores that I bought all of these. Like this store, the lady loved Phoenix and she gave him so many treats. I got my dad a Sasquatch shirt, and it was just like this cute little tiny store in Moab that I just loved. And so I will remember that, and I will remember it forever from this little ornament. So yay. Sorry, I get so excited for Christmas, y'all, and I'm so excited like how the pot is turning out. You cannot forget are these scent sickles. I've used these for a long time because I've had fake trees for many years just because I like putting my trees up really early. And these smell like pine, or this one is pine and cinnamon and orange. And it doesn't make it smell real, but it makes it fragrant, which is really nice. So I'll probably hang one on the tree and then one in the garland. This is kind of a small space, so might get a little strong. I'm gonna take the garland off of that window so I can do this window because I really want this space to be finished, and I'm probably not gonna go back to storage till later this week. And so that way at least it'll feel a little bit more finished and vibey, and then I will finish my garland when I go back to storage. It looks so good. So that garland is super long when it's 2, which is what was for some reason in my head that it was 12 feet long total each one. I don't know why. So I ended up wrapping the candle. I don't know if I'm going to like that because I'm gonna get glitter over myself every single time I sit here if I move it. So we'll see. I might have to see, I know where I got this garland, so I might just have to see if they have a 12-footer or a 10-footer, actually a 10-footer, and then I can just put the 6-footer over there. We'll see. I just don't want to buy more because I have so much in storage, but this is a weird size window, but I am so stoked for how it looks and how it smells. And yeah, you guys, there's more that I need to accomplish. There's a few little things that I'm definitely gonna have to get. So we're gonna do another one of the 1, 2, 3. Just like that, we are back with the final pod reveal. It's actually been quite a few days. I had to wait to get to storage to get a few little extra pieces, and I definitely did go to the store as well and bought a few things, including a special edition for Fiends. But first of all, let's show you around the pod in all its beautiful, cozy glory. Cheers. First up is the bed, and this is the coziest my bed has ever been. So I had to wait for this piece of garland up top to come in, but it was totally worth it because it made the bed its own cozy story. So with the neutral blanket and the greens and the garland that kind of just matches and pulls it all together. Totally a vibe when the overhead lights are off and I just have the Christmas lights. So I'm really glad I got that. But then I did splurge and Fiends has a new Squishmallow. Yep, I did that. Somebody please replay the clip for me where I tell you to not let me get him another one. But he needed a Christmas one and she's cute. Her name's Holly. So welcome, Holly, to the club. Moving on, let's see the door. I put this cute little garland over the door and I don't know, I love it. I know it's like not finished, but it just looks super cute. And then over on our coat rack, my brother got me this cute little pine cone decoration. Then I have this bandana for Fiends. Then I keep my Santa hat there. And then I got this really cool glow light. My dad actually got it for Fiends when we went to a Christmas tree lighting. I need to cut it to size, but it'll be so great for desert walk nights or any little Christmas events we go to because he can glow. And I love it. You guys have seen the kitchen, but honestly, it's such a vibe. The fireplace thing is hands down my favorite. I have that on even if I don't have the Christmas lights on. Like I have it on all day when it's chilly and it needs to be cozy. And then the only thing I wish I would have gotten was I love the candles, the Christmas tree candles, the flameless, but I thought they were remote and they're not. So I definitely don't use them as much because I have to flip them upside down and turn them off, which I know sounds silly. So I wish I would have gotten the remote ones, but I really like the flameless candles, and I think I might buy some just regular ones for the non-festive times of year, for the rest of the year, just to keep that cozy. And then one last final piece de resistance that you guys haven't seen is that I can change these lights to Christmas lights, and it is so fun to have these lights red and green, and then if I do the color mode on the tree, I can have them colored, and it has just been such an extra vibe that I am totally here for. It is dark outside, it is cozy inside, and we have just one more thing to do to make this evening perfect, and that is enjoy our very own Christmas tree cake. Come on, you really thought I was gonna wear Christmas cake pajamas and not eat a Christmas cake? I adore these Little Debbie Christmas cakes. Don't come at me. I know, they're all chemicals, but I look forward to these once a year and I am going to enjoy this one. I have been saving this for absolute days. But you all, this was so worth it. This is the coziest this pod has ever been, and I just am so in love with it and in love with this season, and I cannot imagine literally staying anywhere else for the holidays but this tiny little home. So I am going to eat my Christmas tree cake. Come on. Good. Comment down below if you love them as well. And Feeny is going to cuddle with his Holly, and we are going to enjoy Christmas movie to the glow of all the Christmas lights. So from my little family to yours, we hope you have a very merry, cozy Christmas, whatever kind of home you live in. And we will see you on the next adventure, wherever this cozy little pod takes us.